Hey everybody, welcome back. Devin, OG, original Ragnar. We are doing something different today, and I know I say that quite often. We are playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oops, I need to change the title of that real quick, so bear with me while I go in and edit a few things. It's not like anybody's watching right now, but if you're watching this in the future, let me just go ahead and set up some stuff. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, let's change that. Oops. Help if I turn my music off. Alright, yeah, because I've got this listed as playing Sea Lion with the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, I know probably some of my fans probably aren't going to like this because you mostly enjoy coming and watching me for my military tactical strategy. But you know what? I like doing other things as well. That up. Hopefully that works. Enjoy the there. Okay, so it did change. Alright, cool. Let's go see. Oh, we have 2 people watching, and I know I'm one of them, or I'm watching. So, okay, so anyway, yeah, Assassin's Creed. I enjoy the Assassin's Creed series. I've played it since the second one. I didn't play the first one, but I've just totally enamored and enjoy playing Assassin's Creed. It's got a rich backstory. I mean, one of the things I love about the franchise is that they have an overarching story arc that's going on behind the scenes while you're playing through the history of the Assassins. And I don't want to get too deep into it because, well, the game's been out since like 2005, so it's been 12 years. The series has been going for 12 years. But you have the historical aspect, and then you have the modern day. Basically, what's going on is that there are 2 organizations, the Assassins and the Templars, and they've been around since the Middle Ages. The Templars basically want to control humanity from behind the scenes, and the Assassins think that's a bad thing, and they're trying to stop it. What also is going on is that 10,000 years ago, there was a precursor race. Some people want to call them gods. They weren't gods. They were basically aliens. Very powerful aliens that came down to Earth and basically uplifted humanity, and we were their bitches, basically. We were kind of their slaves. And they left all these powerful artifacts around. And the Assassins and the Templars have been trying to find all these powerful artifacts in the precursor race throughout basically the entire series. But the one way that Templars have been able to track these artifacts down is they have one of the multitude of front companies the Templars have is a company called Abstergo Incorporated, and they changed it to Abstergo Entertainment. They came up with a way that you could take the DNA of somebody, you could read their DNA in this device called the Animus Machine, which is basically a full virtual reality simulation, and you could relive the lives of your ancestors. And this is how the Templars were going into the past, how you are playing all these historical assassins, dealing with all these historical events and these historical figures, that you're actually playing the characters' ancestors via the Animus Machine. And the Abstergo Entertainment and Abstergo Industries, the Templars are using it to try to find where all these powerful precursor artifacts are, and Assassins are basically doing the same thing. The Assassins are kind of the underdogs in this. Abstergo is multi-millionaires. multi-billion-dollar corporation. So it's kind of this shadow war that's going on, using the DNA and the blood of the history, and it's actually, it really is really cool. I did, what, in 15, 20 Assassin's Creed games. But this is the most recent one. This is Odyssey. This takes place 430 BC, which actually predates both the Templar Order and the Assassins, because the Assassin Order wasn't formed until, I think it started. Yeah, I haven't played the previous game, Origins. Origins was set in ancient Egypt, and that goes into the origin of the Assassin's Order. The Templar Order officially was basically the Templars in the Middle Ages, the Knights Templars, Hospitals Templars, but they were actually, that was just the first time anybody became aware of it. It actually goes even further back. In this one, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, there's an organization called Cult of Cosmos. No, not like Cosmos from Fairly Odd Parents. They're Cosmos, not that Cosmos. But this is the Cult of Cosmos. And I'm fairly sure, they haven't come out and said it yet, but I think the Cult of Cosmos is what the Templars will eventually become. So, in every one of these games, you're either playing a modern-day assassin or a historical assassin. And if you're playing a modern-day assassin, like the first Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, and all the multiples of 2 there was, and then Assassin's Creed 3, which I actually was not a really good one. But the modern-day equivalent you're playing is a guy called Desmond Miles. And he just happened to have the bloodlines just came down just right for him, and so he was able to explore all these different historical people, these historical assassins, because his bloodlines, you know, his great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was, you know, Ezio Auditore, but unfortunately he died in the third. I like it, but he died in the third. He saved the world in the third one. He sacrificed himself, because come to find out, what the precursors did 10,000 years ago is that they knew that a solar flare was coming and was going to erupt and wipe out the Earth, and so they were doing everything they could to try to develop the technology to prevent it. Well, they couldn't, and so most of the precursors, they called themselves, although I think in the last one, Origins, they actually gave them the name the Isu. I think that's their actual race name, so instead of just calling them the precursors, which we've done for 15 games, they're now known as the Isu. Pretty much uploaded themselves into massive computer banks and have been sitting around waiting for someone to release them. Well, in Assassin's Creed 3, you find one of these databank storehouses as Desmond Miles in the future, using your ancestors' memories to help find this. And there's another solar flare coming. And the precursor, whose name is Juno, now that's not really her name, it may be just the name humanity gave her when she was ancient. Desmond basically had to sacrifice himself to free her, and she was able to put up the device that protected humanity from the solar flare that would have wiped out humanity. But it also ended up waking up a bunch of the precursors who had put themselves into these computer banks for survival.
God, it's hot in here.
So I don't even know where I was going with that, but you know, kind of a little bit of the history. So basically, what I'm doing now, this Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Hephaestus sure seems angry. I wonder if it's because of the war.
Nope. Hey, Al Red Sox fan, how you doing, brother? Al Red Sox fan, go watch his wonderful sports channel. He does computer and card and dice game sports. It's just like a list. I swear to God, I stick it on. I let it run in the background. It's like listening to a radio announcement. He does that good of a job. But anyway, the other Assassin's Creed games before the previous one, Origins, was it was run around as an assassin. It wasn't really a leveling system. It was a role-playing game. You know, it was just just. You had one character, you had cutscenes, you know, you really couldn't make decisions, stuff like that. The last one, they started doing it a little bit like a role-playing game, where you could you know, level up and have skill trees and stuff like this. And this one went full-on role-playing game, which, you know, it kind of makes sense because, you know, the Assassin's Order hadn't been created yet, so you don't have your wrist blades. You know, the Assassin Order isn't around. You know, it's not your typical Assassin game because there technically are no Assassins yet. So it is a it really makes for a really good role-playing game. And there's 50 levels, and I'm level 25. You see in the upper right-hand corner. I'm 25. I think I just started chapter 5 out of 9 or 10 chapters, and I'm already like almost 40 hours into the game. So one thing about the Assassin's Creed games is that if you're OCD, there's a lot of stuff for you to do, and it's really, really bad for me because I'm a... Oh, look, squirrel! You know, I get distracted really easily. So I've got about halfway through, and I do this every Assassin's Creed game I play. Get about halfway through, and they decide, screw it, I'm just going exploring. I'm going looking for stuff. I'm going finding stuff. I'm hunting collectibles down. You know, that's what I'm going to do. So that's kind of what we're doing today. Is I've kind of stopped doing anything with the main storyline right now because I just want to go explore and find and do stuff. And this is my ship. You have a ship. They introduced the ship in Assassin's Creed 3. You had a little galleon with cannons on it, and people really, really, really liked the ship warfare. And basically, Assassin's Creed 4, which probably is the best Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. You actually play a pirate. You have a pirate ship, and most of your is done on the pirate. And that's got a really cool combat system. So people absolutely love the ships. So pretty much this is like Assassin's Creed 4. The ship has been a thing. Now, of course, since we're in the Peloponnesian War, this is all, you know, archers, javelins, and the ship is a trireme. You kind of trick it out. And let's go back here. There's a whole bunch of different skins you can get, and yeah, some of them are microtransactions. But and this was actually a microtransaction, but I didn't pay for it. They gave me 200 free credits when I finished chapter 1. So I was like, all right. So this is the Poseidon skin for the ship, and you know, me being ex-Navy, I've always, us in the Navy, we always kind of jokingly give homage to Poseidon because, you know, we are Navy. We consider ourselves the protectors of his domain. Along with Davy Jones, it's not even good for that. But yeah, this is my ship, and you can upgrade your ship. You can javelins, but let's go. You can go to your ship. There's a whole bunch of different things you can upgrade. Your arsenal, you can upgrade how many arrow volleys you can do at a time. Javelin, your fire braziers, your strength of your javelins, your rams, a whole bunch of stuff that you can upgrade. It takes resources. You can kind of see your resources here. Soft leather, iron, wood, ancient tablets, obsidian glass, and precious gems. Those are all the resources that you have in the game. Then there's, of course, you know, drachma, gold, cash, and then orichalcum ore, which is used for special purchases. But, so like if I wanted to upgrade, you know, my arrow volleys, you know, you take a look at it, it cost me 220 wood, 130 leather, 2 ancient artifacts, or ancient fragments, and 2,300 gold. That's to upgrade it to the next level. It gets expensive. Wood is one thing I never have to worry about. Iron and leather, that's something different. And then you've got a whole bunch of lieutenants that you can hire. You can find lieutenants, and they actually give your ship extra benefits. It's like this guy right here, Tirithios the Magician. 4% build up with javelins, 8% weak point variation with javelins, and 6% health restored when cleaving, which is pretty good. And you can have up to 4 lieutenants, and they all do different things. And you've got your cosmetics here, where you can change your actual skin of your ship. So you have the original Adresta design, Adrestia, which is the name of the ship. And then there's the Scarlet Dawn. I think they found that diving on a wreck. And then, of course, Poseidon's Glory. And then you can also change your figurehead. You can have a no figurehead, you can have the lion, you can have eagle, you can have octopus, and what your crew looks like. I went with a barbarian theme. You can have, you know, Spartans, you can have Athenians. There's a whole bunch of them, and you can buy those in the store. You can find them just wandering around wherever. And like I was saying, this is a huge, huge game. Let's just take a look at the map. I mean, it pretty much spans, well, it does span all of Greece. Yeah, we got California here, Focus, Attica, where Athens is at, you know, all the way down to, you know, what is that? Sardinia, Kos, Nistros, you know, almost doesn't quite go over into Greece. I mean, Greece is just right off the right side of the map. Macedonia, but yeah, this is a huge freaking map. A lot of stuff to explore, a lot of stuff to find, a lot of stuff to collect, a lot of squirrel moments. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Is I'm just going around exploring. And as you can see, here's a shipwreck here. I've actually already cleared that shipwreck, and there's a shipwreck here that I haven't been to yet. If you want to, you can go highlight on it. And you know what? Let's go highlight on it. Let's see if we can find it. Tracks it on the map. There you can see it right there. It tells you how many meters away it is. So let's go explore that undersea wreck while I just run around and explore stuff. Try to see if anybody else is in the channel. We got 3 people watching, so Al, me, and one other person. I have a feeling this isn't going to get a lot of love from most of my War Gamers fans because of the War games. I don't want to see me play video games. But you know what? I like doing a lot of different things, so I'm going to do a lot of different things. And I've come to the conclusion that I can do a lot of different things on my channel that strike my fancy because, well, it's my channel, damn it. And if you don't like it, don't watch it. You know, no one's forcing you to watch it. I would appreciate it if you watched it, but you don't have to. You know, I know not everything appeals to everybody. But yeah, there was a kind of curveball in the story that was thrown in early. And I'm trying to find my mother right now. That's the main whole storyline with this. But there's just so much different stuff. Like I said, I'm 4 chapters, or just started chapter 5 of 9, and I'm already 40 hours in the game. And the later chapters get longer. Wow, these two, it's the way Assassin's Creed games go. I think the longest, Black Flag, it took me 72 hours to play Black Flag. So this game is much bigger. But anyways, coming up on the... And I wish I could express how beautiful this game is. I mean, I'm using OBS, and OBS is not a really good engine for recording. I mean, it's fine for some stuff, but honestly, you do not get through OBS how beautiful this game really is. I mean, I'm hoping... when I go back through post-production and take a look at this, I'm hoping that you'll see how beautiful a game. Yeah, L Red Sox fans said the game looks awesome. Thanks, Al. But I think this is only running at 720. I wish I had the money to be able to buy the program where I could run at record at 1080, so it would come off just almost identical to what I see on the screen. But this is a friggin' beautiful game. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention. The Assassins have a whole bunch of neat powers. You may have saw that earlier when I was jumping off of high places and scaling walls and everything like that. The Assassins, the reason why the Assassins are so good for powerful at what they do is they actually have precursor blood in them. When the precursors uplifted humanity and made them their servants, a few of the precursors decided they wanted to mate with humans. And the Assassins are their offspring down through the generation of bloodlines. And, you know, even 10,000 years later, even if you got a little bit of Assassin's blood in you, you can do a lot of things that normal humans can't. So you're going to be seeing a lot of things that I do in this game that, oh, look, I jumped 50 feet and it didn't hurt me. Well, I can do that because I have Assassins. That's the video game logic to be able to do stupid things and crazy things in this game that you're able to do. So, I forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah. Assassin. Whoops, I put that again. Let's see. Oh yeah. One of the things I wanted to show was you have this eagle that you get to fly. That's your buddy that flies around with. You kind of use him as recon. He can kind of fly around. But the cool thing about him is you can put him into hover mode, and he can spot targets for you underwater and through rock and all this other stuff. And it's a really great way of spotting enemy mobs, because there we see a couple sharks. But it's also really cool for finding treasure chests. See, we're over I'm not even trying to pronounce it, the palace, and there are 2 treasure chests down there. So what you do is you try to use your hawk, and usually the reticle will show up when you're close to and I may have to increase one of the skills that you can increase through your character. Like I said, this really is more like a role-playing game. This is kind of the skill chart. You got 3 main skill trees. You got the hunter tree, the warrior tree, the assassin tree, and you can put points into it however you want. But one of the skills that you can get is called Eyes of Icarus, and your hawk's name is Icarus, and you can use them to tag enemies, locate targets, and stuff like that. But I've been having a real problem. I'll be going to some of these places. They say like true treasure chests, but Icarus has only been able to spot one of them. You can level up Icarus with skill points you get from leveling, and I think that may be the issue. I'm not able to spot some of these because I don't have the level of Icarus to be able to spot him yet. And synchronize 5 more viewpoints. I need 5 more viewpoints synchronized, so I can upgrade him. So we'll see how that goes. And this is the one bad thing about streaming is I've got to step away real quick. So I will be right back. And so I'm back. So I think I'm not able to spot most of those chests because my bird, my spy, his level isn't high enough. So I could swim down there, grab the chest, but I'm gonna have to come back later after I level him anyway. So screw it. Go ahead and take command back of the ship. See if anybody else has joined us on the channel. And Al is heading home real quick. So drive safe, my friend. Let's see. So, what do we want to do now? We are hunting cultists and just finding stuff. We want to hunt down some cultists. I'm not going to get into the reason why. Like I said, I think these guys are the precursors of the Templar Order. So, for all intents and purposes, they're the bad guys. And the main bad guy, or at least the main warrior, Demios, you know who she is, or who he is, depending. One cool thing about the game is that you can either play as male or female. So whatever you play, the head of the main warrior of the cult of Cosmos is the opposite sex. And then there's the Ghost of Cosmos, which is the head guy. But basically, to get to the inner circle, you got to kill all the hirelings, and each one you kill gives you a little bit more clue, so you can uncover, the inner circle. Then you can kill the inner circle to go to the head bad guy. Then work your way on up. So the red ones are the cult members I've already killed. You can see defeated. And her back's turned to us, meaning I killed her. The ones that are yellow, I know who they are, but I haven't killed them yet. And it tells what level they are, 23, and I'm 25, so I should be able to deal with them. Then the reward, I get some boots here, and then an artifact fragment, which you use for upgrading your spear. And if we get to that, we'll show you that. But, and then we have, alright, we kind of know who this guy is, but we're not really certain exactly. Undiscovered cultist, Silver Vein. There's information about the cultists in the Attica Silver Mine. So if you go there, do the Attica Silver Mine, then you'll get information. You'll be able to identify them, and you'll be able to go track them down and kill them. And so we've got a few cultists that have been exposed. That one, continuing your Odyssey. So we've got 3 cultists that we know who they are. Let's see, that one's 23. That one's 29, which is beyond us right now, and 23. Okay, so we've got 2 that we're going to take out. So we're going to go after Metis. And let's go ahead and track them on the map. And let's take a look at the map.
Everyone, please!
I use the controller, and so I hit the wrong buttons all the time. Alright, so let's back out. Okay, so these little Medusa heads are marking the known locations of cult members. So I haven't been into Argolos yet because, well, I've been in one region. Each area has several sub-regions, or each region has several sub-areas, however you want to call it. And until you actually go into a region, you really don't know what everything's there. I mean, you got a good idea. There's undiscovered locations. And of course, these are the eagles are the synchronization points. You know what? I think we're actually going to go to that one first because I like synchronization points. Synchronization points can also be used as fast travel. So as long as you've got a synchronization point, you can quick travel to it at any time you want. So in previous Assassin's Creed games, it was always real important to try to knock out all the synchronization points you could. Just because it allowed you to travel around the map easier. Since this is a huge friggin', I mean, this is a huge map. If you haven't played the Assassin's Creed before, this is, I want to say, a good 2 to 3 times bigger than what was the biggest one before this. I want to say, I think the one in France, Revolution, Assassin's Creed Revolution, had a huge map. I haven't played Origins. I think Origins had a pretty full-size map as well, and that covered most of Egypt. But just from sheer territory size-wise. So it's good having these fast points because you can get around. Oh, and that's one of the things I love about being on the boat. You see the dolphins swimming beside you every once in a while. I just think that's so cool. See you, Mr. Dolphins. Alright. And there's sharks in the water. You can fight the sharks, kick people off boats, and the sharks will eat them. Every once in a while, a whale will breach and come out. Do the whole whale breaching thing. Every once in a while, you'll find a litter floating in the ocean, and if you get close enough, you can grab it.
Could be useful.
And loot it, and you see it comes up with some resources. Mostly it's wood, but every once in a while you'll find crates of iron floating in the ocean. It's like, really? How exactly is the iron floating in the ocean? I haven't quite figured that one out yet. Alright, so...
Rower, slow down!
Close enough. Go ahead and leave the ship here.
Left the helm.
And then one of the other things I love about this is just the sheer weight of historical figures you run into. I mean, in this one alone, Herodotus is one of your traveling companions. For those of you who are history geeks like I am, Herodotus is the historian of the ancient world. I mean, we would not have as clear of a picture of what it was in pre-Roman, pre-Christ times without Herodotus' writings. So he's one of your companions, and you run into Pericles, and there's a whole bunch of other historical. Oh, there's a wolf. Oh, bobcat! Stupid bobcat! Bobcat. I don't like the bobcats. They jump on you, and they jump on your back, and paw you out. But in like Assassin's Creed Revolution, which took place during the French Revolution, you run into Napoleon, the Marquis de Sade, a whole bunch of really cool historians. So I kind of geek out a little bit when I come across some of these cool. I know who that is. Oh, Pericles, I know who that is. So that's kind of cool. Every once in a while, when you're running around, you'll see these little white dots. I don't know if you can see them on OBS, but if you get close enough, you can loot them. Hey, it gives me more wood. Yeah, the wood's the easy thing to spot. The leather you can only get through killing animals out in the world, or by breaking down your equipment. And ore, you can sometimes find ore just ore settlements, you know, out in the middle of the world. But usually, if you're in a cave, you can find a bunch of them there. So that's the annoying part. Like I said, the leather's the annoying part because you got to go out and kill kill monsters or creatures to get their leather. I would say like that crawling up that I just did. No human could do that barehanded. But since the character Alexios has precursor blood in him, he can do amazing and wonderful things. But this is a synchronization point. Get more of these, and that'll unlock the talents for my bird. But synchronize, and it's really cool because it pans out and gives you kind of an overview of everything that's around you. And this has been in place since day one. The synchronization points. It used to be in the older games. You would have to really climb up high on buildings, and they would kind of be a little bit tricky because you couldn't just free climb over the entire building, so you'd have to kind of find the right path up, and sometimes they got really, really annoying. In this game, they kind of said, nah, let's get away from that. If you want to climb up, you know, all walls are scalable, except for a few inside caves. So it's real easy to get to the synchronization points now, but it used to be a real pain in the butt. But now, since we synchronized here, it kind of opens up this region, so we kind of know Valley of Dreams. We kind of got an idea. And one thing you can do is there is an in-game camera. You can take pictures and post them to other people's games. And so like this one right here, Jessica Bar 77 has got 315 likes. He took that picture, and if you want to, you can like it. So yeah, I'll go ahead and like it because that's kind of a cool picture. And then and if I want to see the big view of it, so, you know, it's kind of a cool screenshot, cool pic guy took in game. And then, you know, I can hide it so I don't have to see it anymore. I don't mind voting for other people's pictures, but anyways. And then there's message boards where you can get quests from, which I've gotten to the point where I avoid doing those quests because it's too much of a, oh, look, squirrel moment. Then undiscovered locations, that's what the question marks are. But, so yeah, we're just kind of we're just going to be wandering through here. I wanted to get the synchronization point, and as you can see, fast travel. I could fast travel to there, but I'm already there. Or like this synchronization point down here, I could fast travel to that and it'd take me right there without having me to walk to it. So fast travel points are really cool. But what we want to do is we want to try to get to Metis here and kill that cultist. So that's, you know, 1,500 meters away. So, and the other cool thing, one of the other things that assassins have always been able to do is that they can survive great falls. In this one, part of the skill tree is you can put points in skills to be able to survive a fall from any height. And that's really important because I like jumping off things. It makes getting around a lot easier. It's like, well, I can either jump off this cliff or walk an extra 10 minutes to try to find the path down. Now, we'll jump off. Look at that. Whee! Flop. There's nothing like it by you know, like I think it's Assassin's Creed 2, one of the Assassin's Creed here, you know, the Sistine Chapel, or not the Sistine Chapel, one of the, it may have been the Sistine Chapel, and you know, just high diving off the top of the Sistine Chapel. That's entertaining and fun to me. It's just little things like that amuse me. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so we're kind of in a city now. Again, we're in ancient Greece, so we got these big amphitheaters all over the place. And you do have a horse. It makes traveling a little bit quicker. And, you know, there's a bunch of skins you can get for the horse, too, so you can make them look cool. But there's actually one of them that turns him into a unicorn. And there's one that you can buy that turns him into actual Pegasus with, and he's got rainbows on his hooves as he runs along. It's actually, I don't know why I wouldn't pay for it, but I'm sure there are people out there that would. So yeah, you just run around and it's so big, and there's just stuff. I mean, it's like I said, it's look, squirrel, oh, squirrel mom. It's like, hey, here's a pretty cool statue. You know.
Let's go. Come on.
They just did a really, really good job. I mean, just take a look at that.
The sanctuary of Asclepios, god of medicine. I'd rather trust a physician than a god to heal me. Ella.
Oh, there's a. How did I miss that? There is a synchronization point right there. Synchronization points are always really, really high. Although it's kind of funny in this one, they're not quite as, not all of them are quite as high as they have been in previous games. It's like my roommate, she also plays it, and I was expecting, you know, I found this one synchronization point as the top of a hut. I guess because the assassins, the Brotherhood of Assassins haven't been formed yet, it's like, no, we're not really as powerful as we could be, so we don't need to make you climb all the way to the top of stuff to synchronize them. Flop! See, that would kill a normal human being. But I don't like taking the horse a lot of times because I move too fast through the world and I don't get to see a lot of stuff. But, you know, it's just like wandering through and hey, here's a guy giving a little speech to a bunch of, you know, people just watching him. I mean, that's a really cool detail. You see people walking around in the background. You got a whole bunch of amphoras and pots around here and all the different vegetation. Let's go over here and take a look. And of course, you know, most of the Greek and the frescoes were all painted, and especially the marble sculptures, they were all painted in historical times. Then obviously the paint didn't survive the modern day, so we just have these marble sculptures. But it's really cool that they have these frescoes and these statues that are painted in the historical colors. And yes, boobies. So get over it. It's artwork. I hope YouTube doesn't ban me for that. Not my fault. But here's another one of those olive wood trees that I can move. No, like I said, olive wood, I have no problem. Oop, boar. Boars are annoying. We don't like boars. Lots of different weapons in the game. You've got a bow that you can use, which I kind of suck with. So, but I'm currently got the big old battle axe that you see me. Shoot him in the butt. This big old huge axe that I use. I like the axe. It does really good damage. It's pretty responsive. If you miss, it's a little bit slow to react to. And you know, there's daggers which don't do a lot of damage but strike really, really quick. You got swords. You got, you know, blunt weapons and spears. A lot of different weapons. So all the weapons have different fighting graphics and fighting animations. So we are coming on at the very top of my screen. If I can, I guess I can't. 160 yards away, there is a kind of looks like a little, I don't know, yield sign. That is a impact quest. And impact quests show up depending on choices you've made previous in game. There's a lot of choices you can make in this game. The way you react to people, the way you talk to people, the way you deal with people. Well, actions have consequences, especially in this game. And so I've done something earlier in the game that triggered this guy right here. And so, yeah, I know. I'm trying to go... Wait a minute, am I... Oops. How come I got... stop tracking. Okay, track me this again. Oh! Another squirrel moment. Synchronization point. Okay, not that close to it yet. But anyways, like I said, squirrels. I get distracted a lot. So I've done something earlier in the game that triggered this quest. Had I done something else, it probably would have triggered a different quest someplace else.
Need something, stranger?
You sail aboard the Adrestia with Fagnavas.
How do you know this, stranger?
I once stood alongside him until a filthy pirate ran his blade through my back. Now I can barely stand straight. I was replaced by you.
Well, that sucks. And then, of course, you have a couple different responses you can give. Usually, asshole response and nice guy response. I usually typically go nice guy response.
I'm sorry to hear about your injury. I had no idea I was taking anyone's
I've got the
place.
volume turned down, so I actually hope that people are able to hear the conversation that's going on. But if not, at least you got the text.
I can't even collect enough wood to build a felucca for him.
So you want me to give you some drachmi?
This is an easy quest.
Any drachmi you can give him.
Give me gold. Okay, fine. I'll give you 50 drachmi.
All right, here it is.
For the most part, all quests in games, all quests, all quests, all quests come down to one of three things. Fetch, kill, FedEx. Go get me something. Go kill something. Go deliver something. There's not much variation, or not much beyond those three basic type of quest types. Or give me something. But you don't see the give me something very often. So yeah, all the quests, it's all variations on a theme. All the quests you're going to find in this game is go deliver this to someone, go kill someone or something, or go get me something. So it's the chrome and the flavor that the designers put into it that make it enjoyable. Now, see, that was an easy quest. All I had to do was, give him 50 to Dockline, and hey, got me a bunch of XP. All right, cool. I got no problem with that. I'll give you cash all day long, as long as I've got it. Give me free XP. So, anyways, another synchronization point, and here we have some more beautiful frescoes. Oh, this is kind of a danger zone. You always kind of know when you're going into a danger zone. They give you the show location objectives. So in this one, to clear this and get big bonus XP for it, you got to kill the captain, find the paperwork, and loot the treasure chest. So, and you kind of know when you get into a danger zone, is that you kind of see how my map tracker up here is white. When you get kind of in a danger zone, let's see, pull up my map to find out. It'll turn yellow, and then when you're in an area where the bad guys start to attack you, it'll turn red. Whoops, jump off. Don't want to jump off. Come up here. Synchronize. Yeah, not a very high climb to get to that synchronization point. Yay! And that unlocked fast travel, and there's another thingy for my bird. Let's see how many more I need. I'll synchronize 2 more viewpoints, and I can upgrade his spotting ability. Yay! But again, like I said, for the last half hour, we've been trying to make it over here to kill this cultist, and I keep getting distracted. Let me bring up the map again. Okay, let's just do a straight shot. Straight shot. 1,100 meters that way. 10 football fields. How distracted am I going to get on my way there? Probably very distracted. Let's see who else. Has anybody else joined us? Well, one other person is watching, but they don't want to speak to me. Listen, that's fine. They're the pig, they're the goat, they're the donkey, just the sheer weight of animals they put into this game, and the different types of clothing they have on the people. There's an oxen, different hairstyles. And it's real easy to tell you what kind of area you're in. So just covering the Peloponnesian War, all the first big war between Athens and Sparta. You can always kind of tell which zone you're in by the clothes they wear. They kind of color code everything. So if you're in a Spartan area, everything's red. And if you're in an Athens area, everything's blue. So that kind of helps let you know where you're at. And even though you're playing a mercenary, and you do have the 2 factions, you can do whatever you want. You can kill Spartans, you can kill Athenians, you can kill both of them. I mean, you can get quests to kill both. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change the effect of the war. The war is still going to progress the same way regardless of what you do. So it's a little bit freeing that, yeah, I can go around and be as big a dick as I want and just, completely go after both sides, or, only support Athenian forces or Sparta forces. It really doesn't matter. And here we are. Here we're seeing some of his Isu bloodline, precursor bloodline coming through. No human could be bare hand climbing up this massive cliff face, unaided, with probably 100 pounds of gear on. But yeah, you can only do that because you've got the precursor blood in you. Not that you know you have precursor blood in you. At this point, it would just be, it's the work of the gods. But, it is what it is. Oh, see, now here we have, like I said, every once in a while, You come across some ore in the middle of the ground, just laying out there. Go ahead and loot it. So it gave me 5 iron metal, which again is good for upgrading your stuff. New location discovered, Cave of Pain. Wonderful. I don't think... Oh! Yep, so there's the cave right there. Another synchronization point. Another photo of somebody. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. That, yeah, I do that a lot. My ooh moments are all the time in this freaking game. I just... Yeah, we like that. And that will hide it. So yeah, we gotta get there. Cave of Pain, that does not sound fun. But there's a treasure chest down there. Actually, you know what? Since there's a single treasure chest down there, let's go ahead and fall off a 60-foot high. Oh, I thought the entrance was back there. The entrance is probably a little bit higher up. Alright, so there's only a single treasure chest in there. Let's go ahead. Let's check out this Cave of Pain. Okay, here we go. Well, it looks like somebody's built up a little encampment right outside of it. We've got some guys sleeping here. I wonder if this is medical or doctors. Oh no, Cave of Pan, not Cave of Pain. That changes things. Okay, so where's the entrance? Let's send our bird up. Oh, right there, okay. He sometimes has a better advantage than you to see stuff. Cave of Pan. That's funny. Anyway, so I'm in the Cave of Pan, not the Cave of Pain. Bring out my torch. Carry a torch in it. And like I said, going into caves is a great place to find iron ore. I say that and, well, there doesn't look like there's any. There's some right there. Oh, right there. So, now, there's supposed to be a treasure chest. Show location, yeah, there's Cave of Pan says there's a treasure chest. But I don't see... Oh, there's more ore over here. Okay, so here's this little tight little crevice to crawl through. Go through that. And you got a really deep hole. So let's just go ahead and grab the ore first. And pay no heed. Let's just go ahead and drop and slide down the hole. Oh, and my torch went out, and I jumped underwater. Going underwater is pretty cool. A lot of times underwater there's stuff in the water, so it's kind of worth it to kind of go underwater every once in a while, even if it's just a small little pond. Check it out. Oh, well, poo. There's another... Okay, there's the treasure chest right there. Alright. Loot treasure, got it. Gave me gems. And location completed, Cave of Pan. Give me 1500 XP. We like XP. And give me... Oh, location discovered. Bronze club or whatever. Let's see. Okay, we got... Oh, yeah. We got distracted. We were heading towards the synchronization point. And we got to... See, that's why I enjoy these games, because I get distracted by stupid stuff so easily. And I'm okay with being distracted by silly, stupid things. We're still trying to get to that synchron, and I think that's the last synchronization point I need. And I don't know if that will automatically upgrade my bird, or if I actually have to spend a skill point into it. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do it anyways. So I've been having problems spotting some of the treasure chests, and I think, like I said, it's because my bird isn't upgraded. New location discovered. XP. That was like XP. Now, this is a little bit taller of a... I don't want to say a Parthenon, because the Parthenon was the actual... It was the actual Parthenon. It wasn't the name of the style of building. At least I don't think it was. And synchronized. Really is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And there is a full day-night cycle. In the other games, it really didn't have it. You know, it would, you know, if you'd be doing a storyline mission, you know, it'd be doing daytime or nighttime. But this is a full day-night cycle, and as you kind of see, it's been getting a little bit darker. And I don't know if you can pick it up, but there are now you're starting to hear the sounds of crickets. But again, we've tried to do for the last half hour is get over to that cultist to kill him. Squirrel, squirrel. So I think that's absolutely phenomenal that there's a full daytime nighttime cycle that the world actually goes through. And at nighttime it changes guards' behaviors. You know, they'll be more prone to resting and relaxing, so it's easier to sneak up on them and assassinate them. Out in the wilds, more predator creatures come out at night. So I thought that was pretty cool. A lot of different. What we run into. I thought I heard a dog bark. Usually you can tell when you're in combat, whenever your weapon... Yep, there's a doggy. You don't like killing the doggies. You like doggies. Not kill anything else. Try to avoid killing the dogs. But usually you can always tell when you go into combat whenever you whip out your weapon. Let's see, I need to check. I know I blew through a bunch of arrows earlier. So my inventory. My arrows. Okay, so let's go ahead and craft those arrows. A couple paralyzing arrows. Some poison arrows. I put some points in the spec down the hunter line, so that unlocks. Let's see, am I going to be able to... Yeah, death arrows. It's a hell of a name for an arrow. But yeah, spec down the hunter path a little bit, and that unlocks poison arrows, knockout arrows, fire arrows, exploding arrows. You know, stuff that they really had in ancient Greece, but hey, it's a video game. Video game logic, what do you expect? Let's see, take a look at the map again. Haven't quite got to the next zone. Now this is a mercenary. The little helmet icon is a mercenary with the level, his reward, and you know his. Let's go ahead and look at his details. Kind of gives you a little bit of a history of the merc, and then their strength and weaknesses. So she's got shell skin, so that means she'll take less damage from range attacks. And she travels the world with the Lynx companion. Great. So if you do enough bad things in the world that people will see, you'll start to build up a bounty, and eventually the bounty level gets to the point where they start sending mercenaries after you to kill you, and you can either get rid of the bounty level by not doing anything for a while, or paying off whoever put the bounty on your head. So right now, and it shows up down here in the lower right hand corner, and I'm pretty sure my fat head is in the way, and you're not going to see the bounty level. But if you do things that people don't like, it'll build up this red bar down the lower right hand corner, and they'll send mercenaries after you, and they can be a real pain in the ass because if you're trying to take out an enemy fort, then all of a sudden a mercenary bounty hunter will show up. Crap! Now something extra I got to deal with. Yeah, more wood. Okay, so we're getting close to the cultist that I've been hunting down for the last 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and put our bird in the air. Do a little bit of recon. Nice little village here. You kind of see the reticle has turned a little bit yellow. That means he's getting close. I mean, he looks in that direction, and somewhere in that direction is something, be it a treasure chest or a quest item or what have you. But, so we've got her right there. I think that's her. So she's just in the middle of the city. It doesn't look like there's too many guards around. So this should hopefully be an easy kill. Oh, that synchronization. That last synchronization, was that the last synchronization I needed? Nope, one more viewpoint. Awesome. Let's see, is there any in this region? Whenever you move into a new region, there it is. So we're going to have to hit that location soon. Anytime, I see I'm right on the border between the two regions. As soon as I move fully into the region, or area, or however you want to call it, it reveals the overhead map specifically. I mean, so at least I've been in this region, so I can specifically see what's in it. But conversely, I haven't been to the wetlands, the Hydra, so I don't know exactly what's there. I mean, I got an idea, you know, there's a couple undiscovered locations, but this gives me a clearer view of what is in. Someone went on a killing rampage. What is in that region? Won't let you climb up those little trees, though. Let you climb up everything else practically, but not trees. Ooh, Temple of Poseidon. I like Temples of Poseidon. Okay. There's a couple guards, but this isn't a restricted area, so they shouldn't do too much to me. But there's a blacksmith over there. Again, this is one of those. Squirrel! Almost. Blacksmith. Pretty much the only merchant in the game you're going to find is the blacksmith. And you come here, you can buy stuff, and you can buy, you know, weapons, armor, and all that other good stuff. You don't really have to. You really don't. The real world drops enough of it so you don't have to worry about it. But more importantly, you can buy crafting materials. So, he's got 75 light skins available, and so we're going to buy the light skins because I need those for upgrade. Okay, you can also upgrade your equipment, so if you find a piece of gear that you really like, every time you level up, you can continue leveling your gear with you, so you don't have to always be switching out gear. This, however, gets really expensive. So right now, this sword that I've got, that is level 23, if I want to bring it up to level 25 and do level 25 damage, so you've required level 25, does 710 DPS now. If I upgrade, it'll do 817 DPS. However, if you look at the upgrade cost, 240 metal, 120 leather, 36 ore, and 2,800 gold. Yeah, leveling up gear takes a lot of resources and a lot of crap. So, sometimes what you want to do is if you need gold, you turn around and sell all the crap that you've come across, which I really don't have. Oh, I've got one breastplate. Do we want to sell that? Yeah, we don't need that. And, you know, it tells you I'll get 1,100 gold for it, so go ahead and sell it. And then there's the trade goods, which is basically just vendor loot. 13 gold for all that. Since I've just been running around, I haven't really been doing much in the way of quests. So I don't have much to sell or turn in. You got these little message boards here as well. Go ahead and click on the message board. They give you more quests, and honestly, I don't need any more quests. Just there's a lot of quests in this game. That's yeah. If you want to spend your entire time doing quests, you can quest to your heart's delight. Just completely avoid the main storyline and probably quest to 50 just off of the message board. But anyways, looks like there's a couple guards. But you know what? Screw it. We're gonna go in.
You'd better get out of here. Watch yourself. I'll do the fighting.
And you got some really cool ultimate attacks to build up the adrenaline. Oh, come back here, come back here. You're not supposed to run away. Come back here. Yeah, I could try to shoot him with my bow, but I suck with my bow. Nope. I shot a civilian. Oops. Come back here. And then confirm the kill. Oops. Some of these finishing moves with this axe is just brutal. Alright, now confirm the kill. There we go. Oh, come on, lady attacking me with a broom. Alright, so yeah, I did a bad thing. People could see me, increases my bounty, and pisses everybody off, so now I gotta run away. Oh god, oh god. Actually, you know what? There's a good thing is when you go to your inventory, your map, it pauses the game. It's a good thing. Oh yeah, there's the synchronization point. So get to the synchronization point. I even got dogs chasing me, shooting arrows at me. Oh, stop it! They were bad people. She was a bad person, honestly. Leave me alone. I mean, if I wasn't being chased, I'd stop here and take a look at this fresco. But no! Get up there. Ow! Yeah. That is the one thing I'm not very good. Oh, and there's a mercenary who's chasing me down. Down there. Oh, and there I go jumping off the thing again. No, I don't want to fight you. With the synchronization. No, I'm not very good at coordinating my movements on this game. Okay. There we go. Oh, I gotta become anonymous. Damn it. Okay, let's crouch. Get out of their line of sight. Find a bush. Oh, bushes to hide in. There we go. Yeah, okay. Just gonna sit here for a little bit, and hopefully they'll forget about me. And another one of the benefits of having Assassin's Blood is let you see two walls to track enemies. Again, not something you can do in real life, but video game logic, what do you expect? We may have to wait here a little bit. Let's go away. Well, anyways, while we're sitting here doing this, let's go ahead and take a look at the cultists. Since I just killed one. I killed her, which gave me, if you can kind of see, each inner circle has several sub-lieutenants, and as you kill each cultist, it opens up another bit of information. So this one, the Eyes of Cosmos, you have the Sage is a spy, the Sage is named the Shadow, the Sage is waiting in an Argora. I have no idea what an Argora is. And then there's two other clues before I can actually reveal that one, find out who it is. And these two clues are this one right here and this one right here. I kill them, and then that'll give me the rest of the pieces. I know they kind of give you an idea. Anatika, Fort Polomark, knows the cultist. Find him or continue your Odyssey. And the other one is a cultist owns a quarry and a slave operation in Anatika. Help people nearby. You know what? Let's go ahead. Where's Anatika? Okay. So there's a quarry did it say? Let's see. Cultist owns a quarry and a slave operation. And a Fort Polemark. Okay, so I think there's only one fort that has a Polemark and a stupid the buttons. Okay, so that's a Tika right there. So fort right there. I may have to go to that fort. That's got the Polemark in it. So I may have to go clear that fort to get the clue to the cultist. And then it said a quarry. I've cleared most. I thought I cleared most of the quarries. Let's see. Oh, no, there's a quarry right there. Oh, that's a silver mine. I may have to go check that one out. See if there's any other quarries that I can see in this region. Yeah, I think that's the only other quarry, so I may have to head back there and clear that quarry to get the information on that cultist so I can find where that cultist is and go track him down and kill him. Nothing's ever easy. Which is fine, because if it was easy, then it would take me less time to do. Alright, so I think they've sufficiently forgot about me. Let's see if we can get over there and get that area synchronized. There we go. Synchronized, yay. Alright, so that gives me that synchronization. Let's take a look at my bird. Yes, it automatically upgraded him, so that is good. And now for the final level, I need to synchronize 35 more viewpoints. I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. So anyway, so to find out where those last two cultists are, looks like we're going to have to be going back up to Tika. And we need to go, let's see, there's a quest there, and I don't want to do that one yet. So I need to go to that fort, because that's the only fort in Tika that has a Polemark. And here is a fast travel, so let's just go ahead and take the fast travel. And we fast travel there. Wish the loading screens were a little bit quicker. But they're not. And I'm going to step AFK real quick, and I will be right back while the loading screen comes up. Well, you know what? For the last 5 minutes, I've had my mic off. That's why. All right, so I've just kind of been showing off and being an idiot, so you haven't heard what I've been saying. Just been basically going over the store, and, you know, if people want to buy cash, they can. But I can't believe I did that. Well, that's a good 5-10 minutes of wasted air that nobody's going to know what the hell's going on. Thank you for letting me know, though, fandom, because I really would have
I should be extra careful in this area.
recording for another half hour, 45 minutes with the volume off. Ugh, I'm an idiot at times. Fortunately, it wasn't very important stuff. Like I said, I was just going over the store and the time savers that you can buy and the cash that, you know, the real life cash that it would cost. You know, maybe if I was working and had the spare cash, I might do a little bit. But, you know, for vanity items, you know, different skins for my ship and different skins for my crew and stuff like that. But I don't have the money to spend, so that's, yeah. Fandom. Ah, makes sense you since I had music, I was muted. Yeah. I went up and did something and turned the microphone off. Forgot to turn it back on when I came back. Anyways, or yay, just laying out in the middle of the woods someplace. All right, so we need to come here. I need to kill the polemark so I can figure out the clue for the next cultist I want to kill. And so this is where our bird comes in real handy, because we use him to reconnoiter. And we can have him look around, and he will spot everything in the camp. Most importantly, he'll spot the bad guys. Or the good guys, or, you know, whoever I'm going to be beating up on. And the good thing is, ooh, cave entrance. We are going to go check that out. Sometimes it's really good to go in through a cave entrance. But this will show me where all his guards are and will allow me to see their locations through the wall, so it makes life a lot easier. Also shows me all the treasure chests are, the war supplies, anything of any importance in any location, the bird, the mystical connection. I think they were really, really vague on how you got this bird and how the bird actually works in conjunction with you. But, you know, video game logic. So, he's my spy. It lets me recon out stuff before I go in. But I did spot a cave entrance over here, so we're going to go over here. Mainly because I like caves, because there's ore in the caves. And mainly because it's a quick, easy way to get into, well, I can scale the walls without any difficulty anyways. So, I could have sworn the cave is over here. Look at our map. No, it's not going to say. All right. Go straight up again. I know I saw the cave entrance. Where the hell was it? Huh. I lost the cave entrance. Alright, well, okay. We'll be doing this the old-fashioned way. Climbing the walls. Whee! Like I said, no human is capable of doing this, but you know what, whatever. Video game logic. And I should not be able to see them through the walls. Okay, weapons racks. Weapon racks are good. We get arrows back when we sometimes get some materials. And since we're inside an enemy encampment anyways, we are going to steal them blind. Walk along the hill quietly. Now, if you notice, a lot of the guys just have the yellow shield or the white shield around them. Those are normal enemies, but we got this guy right here. Let's throw the bird up so we can get a better look at him. Cursor over him. It tells us his that he's either a captain or a polemarch. He's a little bit more difficult of a guy to kill. So he's an elite. I guess they call him elites. Check chat real quick as the bird flies along. Hey Bobby, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you can make it. This is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Bobby. You know, it's not really a war game. It's not really a strategy game. It's just, you know, a video game, and it's one that I really, really like. So anyways, there's the cave entrance that way. No, the wrong way. Oh well. So let's go ahead and sneak up on this guy and assassinate him, because I'm not an assassin. Oh yes, I am an assassin. So since he's an elite character, I didn't completely fully kill him with the attack. Oh, come on. My controller is not the best. Oh, guy's running to... Oh, this is bad. The guy's running to the brazier. Yeah, you don't want him to light the brazier. Lighting the brazier is a bad thing. And unfortunately, I have this kind of... Oh, come on. Kind of alerted the entire encampment. Fortunately, I'm a halfway decent fighter. Yeah, no, we gotta run away. Remember what I was saying earlier about running away? Actually, you may not have, because I had the microphone off. Yeah, so, oh, and then of course there's a mercenary too. Right there, yeah. Alright, run away, run away, run away. Alright, maybe I'm not the best sneaky assassin. Run away! Jump! Whee! And of course there's the mercenary. The good thing is, it doesn't reset. So, whatever I killed... Oh, now I got a bobcat on me. Life goes from bad to worse. Crouch here and hide for a little bit. Fortunately, it doesn't reset unless I fast travel someplace. So, any damage that I do to them... Oh, I've got two mercenaries. Oh, crap. Alright, I am going to have to pay off my bounty. What is my bounty? 1,500? Yeah, let's go ahead and pay off the bounties. That'll send the mercenaries on their way. But, like I was saying, Liar, you should not be following me. I paid off the bounty. I might be able to deal with one of those mercs. I can't deal with both of them. I mean, both of them are a level higher than me. So, and they're elite mobs. So. But like I was trying to say earlier, the castle doesn't reset unless I fast travel. So as long as I can get away, get hidden from these guys, I can go back to the castle, and whatever casualties I did to it is still in effect. But these mercenaries are not. Like the bush. I'm a bush. I'm a bush. I'm a bush. I really don't. I paid off the bounty, so I don't know why they're still active. But you know what? I can run away and sweep around so they won't be tracking me. Oh, or another one of those squirrel moments. So I killed one of the captains, burned one of the supplies. So let's try to approach this a tad more stealthily. Oh, that was meant as this. Hit the wrong button. Supposed to do an assassination. These guys with the shields are pains in the butt. Fortunately, there's a skill that you can buy that'll allow you to break their shield. And if you play the game, there are a few skills you want to get. Shield Breaker is one of them. The Heal is one of them. Yeah, the camp's kind of on alert. I'm in a bush. They can't see me. Unless they get up right up next to me. I'm in a bush. I'm in a bush. I want to be real sneaky. No. There's a couple guys over there. Let's try to avoid. You can whistle, and that'll sometimes attract close guards, but I don't want to do that while I've got one of the either the captains or the Polemarch. And he's getting close to me anyways. The fortunate thing is if you're in a bush and you assassinate someone who's right next to you, you pull them in the bush and kill them and nobody else sees it. Although, you know, these two guys standing right here, you think would have seen me, you know, eviscerate their captain. But no, they didn't see me eviscerate him. And yes, the game is actually very fun. I've always loved the Assassin's Creed series. You know, I've played pretty much all but like 3 of the 15 games. I'm up behind him. Assassinate. Yeah, he saw me gut his buddy. If I can kill him quick enough. Oh, he came over. Oh, he's got a shield. Break the shield. Steal from him and whack him in the face with it. You would think this much noise would... I love some of these finishing moves. That's brutal. You'd think this kind of fighting would attract the entire game. No, it doesn't. Again, video game logic. But, hey, it's stuff we can loot and steal. We like looting and stealing everything we can get our hands on. So the brazier is no longer lit, and I'm going to show you a little trick that you can do with braziers. So we don't get them to raise the alarm again. You can put booby traps on the braziers. So if the fort people try to get to the brazier and light it to bring in reinforcements, it'll blow up in their face. back to this guy. Yeah, he had enough health that I wasn't able to completely assassinate, but it did do a big chunk of damage. And I just ripped his shield off. Mostly, you know, the game's a button masher. You know, same basic attack. You know, I do have a dodge, but I'm too slow to react a lot of times to their attacks. Ow! A couple of the people saw me. Oh, this is going to bring the entire camp down on my head. That's fine. Major attack. Boom! Going that way. But that was the pole mark I needed to kill. And he gave me, when I killed him, he gave me the information where the next cultist is. So now I can either run and try to go kill that cultist, or, you know, since I'm here, I can finish clearing out the fort. Again, I'm capturing loot and put his shit away. Heal myself a little bit. Switch out to my... Yeah, the axe does huge amounts of damage. Switch out to my daggers. Daggers are much quicker. Oh, one of the mercenaries. This is going to be bad. Yep, they got me. Set me on fire and killed me. Desynchronized. Reload blast. That happens a lot. I die a lot. But I should. It should have given me. I still have the cultist information. I think it quick saved when I got the cultist information. Let's see how far back it puts me.
The illustrious Alexios, most wanted Mystios of them all.
Let's see. Check the cultists. No, it didn't update. Crap, I'm gonna have to go back into there again. Balls. Alright, well, let's do this again. Pay off the bounties. Chat real quick. Yes, the computer always cheats.
I need to be careful.
So, paid off those bounty hunters again. I have to go back in and do what I just did. Let's try to be a little bit more judicious in our approach this time so we don't bring the entire camp down. It's kind of funny because sometimes I can just glide right through one of these things, just assassinating my way through. Nobody knows I'm there. And then there's other times, obviously this time, steering, that I just can't make headway to save my life one way or another. Ooh. There was a guy killed earlier. Breastplate, not bad. Alright, so see this guy standing right here? I've got a special ability called Spartan Kick. You kick him off heights and he falls and he dies. It's glorious. Ooh, he's asleep. Okay, well, let's steal from there first, and let's set the trap back up here again. And I know he's the one I need to kill to get the information on the cultist. Oh, hello, Mr. Sleeping. And if they're sleeping, they just die flat out. So that was much better than last time. More stuff to steal. So that gave me the information on the cultist I was looking for. And so I can either go after the cultist, or I can continue to do this. And since we're already here, and we've already invested so much time into it, we're going to finish off stealing the place blind and killing everybody we can. I feel kind of bad because this is an Athenian outpost, and I'm kind of supporting the Athenians more so than I am the Spartans. But, you know, the ends justify the means, and I needed that information, so... Sorry, guys. I know. I'm a jerk. It just made a bunch of noise, killed your buddy, and you didn't even know it. You were a bad guard. You deserve that. You couldn't hear me kill your buddy. Yeah, part of the loot I got. Unidentified hand. What? What? I don't want to... It's like in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, when Groot is trying to get Yondu's Yakta arrow. He brought back a toe. Please tell me you have a storage of toes on here on the ship. We do not. Don't even want to know. It's kind of one of those things. See, this is going much better. As long as I can keep the entire camp from being alerted to the presence. The treasure chest, loot the treasure chest. More loot that we're stealing. This is kind of why you want to do these at night, because half the guards are asleep. Ooh, war supplies. We like war supplies. War supplies give us, yep, soft leather, wood, iron metal, which I really desperately need. But let's go ahead and burn it. Oh, no. You got to really be careful when you're setting stuff on fire, because you can set yourself on fire. I've done that a time or two. Setting yourself on fire is a bad thing. Glad you like the Guardians. I'm a geek. I'll admit it. I'm not a nerd. It's a difference. I'm a geek. I'm not a nerd. So I'm kind of a closet geek on some things. All right, let's see. Come over here. Ooh, more loot to. Okay. Sleeping and he dies. I do feel kind of bad about that. Wasn't able to finish him off, but a couple whacks from my heavy axe. Is that? Yeah, that's a war supply chest. Let's go ahead and burn the war supply chest. Of course, the fire does tend to attract. That is the one thing that the guards will react to. It's like, why is this building on fire? You know, ignoring the guy who's assassinating their buddies 5 feet away from them. That's the other thing. We just saw somebody move into that bush. I'm going to go face plant the bush to see what's going on. Not really the greatest video game logic. Hey, again, see this guy, he's got the question mark. Oh, he knows something's going on over here. Let me go check out this dark bush that I can't see. Oh, is there someone in there? I can't tell. I've been in... Oh, he sets the bushes on fire with Sandy on fire. Ah, that's hilarious. And of course, these two idiots over here didn't see the big flaming bushes over here. I mean, I gotta say, I'm thankful that video game characters are so stupid, because if they weren't, I would not be able to play these games. But like I was trying to say earlier, there's been times I've been in bushes, and your guards will keep coming by, and I'll have 5 or 6 dead bodies piled up in this one set of bush that I'm hiding in. Oh, just brutal. Just brutal finish. There's not many guys left alive in here. I think those 2 guys are the last ones left alive. Let's go ahead and do a headshot. Whack! And of course, since he didn't know where the shots comes from, he doesn't know where I'm at. The heroes are coming from over there. Oh, let's get rid of that shield. Shields are annoying. We don't like shields. Alright, I think that's everybody that's dead. Now we can just go and rampage through. Oh, no, there's a captain left. There's 2 treasures left. So we'll send up the bird. Okay, so there's 1 treasure. There's the captain. Let's see if we can find where the other treasures are at. War supplies. Supplies! Usually the reticle will turn thicker if I'm kind of pointing towards something that I can target onto. Loot. A few drachma at a time, but hey. Treasure, more loot. Okay, let's go finish off that captain. Oh, looks like there's a guy sleeping over there. Oh, that's one of the mercenaries. And normally when the bad guys glow red like that, that means they're getting ready to do one of their big moves. And it's a good idea that you dodge out of the way, but I'm not really good at reacting quick enough. So I usually just end up getting beat up on really, really bad, which is why I run away a lot. Looks like there's something underneath them. I guess to carry 2 of them. More loot. More loot. Pretty sure everybody's dead at this point. Yeah, there's 1 loot treasure chest, but I'm not picking up on it. I may have to check the forums, because it's not the first time I've gone to a place where they said that there were 4 treasure chests, or 3 treasure chests, or 2 treasure chests, or what have you, and I'm unable to find one of them. I thought that by increasing my Hawk's spine ability would take care of that, but no, that's something I'm going to have to hit the forums on. Yes, sometimes my controlling and my moving is not the greatest. Oh, Pillage Nation chest. Alright, so that's what it is. Okay. Yep, that was it. That's the final nation. 1,400 drachma. We like that. Loot, 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 loot. 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 Yeah, like I said, I feel bad. I just went through and butchered a bunch of Athenians, but I needed that information. So, we killed the dude, and we cleared the fort. It's got a full check mark by it, so that's cool. So let's go over to cultists. And, okay, so the undiscovered cultist for the eyes of Cosmos. Now, we've identified him. Let's unveil him.
What is a leader if he hides behind the walls he built himself?
Gives a little...
Send me fire, storm, or sickness, but bring me justice for my city.
Shows you what he looks like, little speech that he gives, plus some history behind him, and rewards. You can hit the track button. So, let's see, where's this guy at? Doesn't really say, so we're going to have to go to the map. Oops, and back here. Map. Zoom out a little bit. Oh, he is in Attica. He's in Athens itself. Well, that'll be easy. Alright, so what we're going to do real quick is we're going to get out of here. I can't travel from inside a restricted area. You can tell it's restricted because I got that red bar up at the top with for my map locations. Can't fast travel from a restricted area. So we're going to have to get out of the restricted area. Must have killed that earlier. There's so many things going on. I don't know all what's going on. There's a quest over there. No, I don't want to do that. Too many quests. Get too distracted. And another quest. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Anyway, so we're clear there. Ooh, let's see. Just so you can show how pretty this game is. And how far it can render. You can kind of see the lights of Athens off in the distance. So let's get up on the hilltop. Give you guys a look at just how big this game can be and how well the graphics are done and how far rendered. Of course, I've got a pretty beefy machine. I've got rendering set at, I think, maximum. Oh, bobcat, lion, something. Run! Don't want to deal with it. But anyways, just take a look at this. See all the lights of Athens out there? I mean, just from horizon to horizon. And that's just pretty. I mean, like I said, you can't really see how pretty this is with OBS, but that is just absolutely beautiful. But anyways, like I said, we are going to go to fast travel to mercenaries. Let's fast travel back to Athens, to the statue of Athena. And I think this is where we're going to cut it. I've been streaming for a couple hours now. Yeah, 102 minutes. So I think that's probably a good length of time. Plus, it's getting close where I need to start working on dinner anyway. So I think I'm doing stir fry tonight. Chicken stir fry. Good stuff. One of the reasons I have a weight issue, I like to eat. And I know how to cook. Well, I know how to throw ingredients together. Maybe I don't know how to bake real well. Maybe I don't know how to cook real well. But anyways, yeah, so here we are. Fast travel to the top of the statue of Athena. But just look at... I mean, this is the work that they put into this. And the thing that gets me is they're putting out, you know, an Assassin's Creed game once every 12, 18 months. Just, I mean, they've got to have 4 or 5 games in the queue at once because of just the release schedule and just the sheer amount of work that they put into the detail of how this city is laid out. Just fantastic. But anyway, so Chicky Boom Boom, the next cultist I need to kill is down there. We're going to go ahead and cut it here, and I'm going to save. Go to the main menu, save. Yeah, I'm 40 hours in, and I haven't quite hit the halfway point with the storyline yet. This is going to be a 100+ hour game. That's all there is to it. If you like doing stuff, you like getting sidetracked with everything, this game is definitely going to do it for you. But that's it. I don't know if I'll continue doing this. I mean, like I said, most of my regular Wargamer fans aren't going to like this too much. My streaming fans probably will. You know, Al and Dog and Stratomatic, Chris, and, you know, Chrissy from Old Stone, and LMR Living My Rhapsody, and, you know, everybody else who was in the channel earlier today. Fandom Descent, Bobby, you know, those guys. They call Bobby a he, and I think actually Bobby's a she. Let's check that. Can't tell on the little avatar. Yep, Bobby's a she. All right, so make sure we don't make that mistake again. But yeah, you know, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this. I'll give it a day or so, maybe, or maybe not even that, to see what the response is, and you know, we'll see if we continue. I'd like to. I mean, I'm going to be playing the game anyways. I might as well be sitting here chatting. Of course, my wife and my roommate may get a little bit irritated with me. I don't think they like it when I stream too much, but that's what we got. Here we are. The OG plays Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms. You know where to put them in the comment section. I'll see everybody next time. See ya.